Hi, friends, and welcome to Only Green. A leading psychiatrist from Bhavnagar in Gujarat, Dr. Jilan Shah is a passionate nature lover and a bird photographer. Today, he'll be sharing his experiences during his birding journey and also some of his cherished moments with us. Welcome, Dr. Jilan Shah, to Only Green.
Thank you, Abhay. I am still wondering why you have selected me because I am very amateur photographer actually.
Okay. Now, Dr. Jilan, as you're into psychiatry, you're a psychiatrist and also a bird photographer, two passions that are really poles apart. How did you develop this passion for loving nature and bird photography?
Actually, initially during my free OPD time, I was learning how to take photographs from mobile phones. So I was learning that part, and I have one DSLR, Nikon's entry level DSLR. So then I read some in the newspaper that there are winter birds came to our my city, and so I tried once to take DSLR and take some photos in the nearby ponds. And then I put that photo on my laptop screen at the clinic. And one of my manager, representative, the pharma representative managers was there. He has seen the photo, and then he asked me to join our group in a Bhavnagar photographer, bird photographer group. And then the journey started.
Okay. And
In
now,
the first journey, actually, we went with our Bortalau lake. And at there, I seen the first bird was that bar-headed geese. And from that bird, I love. I mean, the start journey started.
okay. Now, usually when birding and bird photography starts, it initially starts off as a passion, but later on, you start loving the nature. You start trying to convey a message. There is a conservation angle which comes into your mind. So,
Yeah.
what is the message that actually you're trying to convey through your photographs?
Only what I why I am doing bird photography is that I want to show the every details and the colors of the nature actually through the camera. And I also posting because the everyone others can also see that this nature is really beautiful, wonderful. We cannot reproduce this at any way. And nature has given so many colors, so many details, so many patterns there inside the lot of birds, right? So I want to just enjoy, and I every day go, and now I am become my patient also. I am obsessed with it's not now the habit part or type of hobby, but I am now this type of obsessed with this bird photography because sometimes I have to go like part there. Otherwise, I don't enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay. Now, I've been watching your postings in Instagram. You've been doing regular postings of birds. You have traveled across India, or is it just, limited to your location?
Actually, I am all very lucky that my city, Bhavnagar, actually, they have a very different kind of wetlands. And we get most of the winter birds, which has been, I have seen in the photographers of a UK. And they are coming to us, and lots of type of birds seen in the Bhavnagar actually. Still, I have mostly seen a 50 or 70% of them. The rest are still is there. Actually, today I have morning seen two lifer of me. Actually, I have seen a yellow bittern and I think a watercock. I have never seen. And today morning also I have seen these two, but for first time. And once nearby there is a Blackbuck National Park. So it is in the also our district. And sometimes I go to that Null Sarovar Bird Sanctuary.
Okay. And you find your time in between your consulting and
Yeah,
your
yeah.
other free time.
Actually, means doing most of the time in the early morning, around six to eight, and that is actually a very free time for me.
Okay. See,
And the OPD will start after 10, so I can means go there.
you have traveled outside India for bird photography?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Actually, I traveled for Singapore and Dubai. but not for especially for a bird photography. It was just a family trip.
Okay.
And this is thing I actually doing since last 3 year only. If some of my old friends see these photos, they still don't believe okay, I am doing this. This is suddenly I have started this doing all this thing.
But then during the last maybe 3 or 4 years that you've been mentioning, you might have had some really unforgettable, cherishable moments in your bird photography. Some moments that you still remember very colorfully in your mind.
Yeah, actually, in every photograph there are lots of type of these type of movements are there, right? So uh, most of the time actually when I go to the Nal Sarovar, right? So at that time I have seen the first time this small breeding call and they are in lots of numbers. So at that time actually I just means that we become very that excited and see how many means these type of birds are there and they are kind of different their habitats and their movements, their behaviors. They are very different and they are different kind of habitats. So that type of things excite me more. Yeah, different.
Okay. I mean, now if you look at it, I mean, there are a lot of youngsters coming into this field of bird photography. I mean, over the last 3 years, you might have understood a lot of basic ethics that need to be followed for bird when you do birding and bird photography. If there is a message that you want to convey to the youngsters, young aspirants who want to come into this field, what could that be? I mean, in terms of ethics, in terms of maybe the gears that you use, the camera that you use, in terms of how do you plan for it, all these things, what will be the message that you want to convey?
The only thing is that means we are if we are doing it for a social media and increase the followers, then sometimes we try to take a more sharp photos, right? And that sharp photos we try to go as near as possible to the birds, and sometimes we disturbs them. Sometimes even I have heard somewhere some of the person is also doing like a drone photography near the nest of the birds and that type of thing. So I want to say that type of thing should be means should not be done, and I think we should have type of a strict laws and strict observation around all the type of wetlands so that no one can do that type of thing. And more on more actually what I have seen this because of this Instagram and all the things everyone is now doing, even I want to do that, I want to, so that because of that portion means every young photographers are they are coming and they are planning and they are want to do this type of thing.
What is the camera setup that you use?
I initially I have started with that Nikon N11 D3300 and the kit lens 70 to 30 kit lens was there. Then I bought this 200 to 500 lens with that D3300, and after 1 to 1.5 years, I bought this Nikon mirrorless camera Z6, and with that Z6 and 200 to 500 lens, I have done most of the last 2 year photography was done by that.
So, I mean, you feel that that is good enough for a beginner to?
Yeah, actually, this is a very good enough. In between that, I have also bought that point and shoot camera P1000, but that sensor was very small. So, and because of my hand shape was there, I am not able to get sharp photos. So again, I thought that I should go with the another means some mid-level range of a DSLR or mirrorless. And during that COVID time, and mirrorless was just new in the market, and we are all means now buying mirrorless camera more. So I bought Z6 is there, but still I have some kind of I don't know what issues is there because the body is mirrorless and lens is from the F mount. So that connection is sometimes not able to focus well. I think that's why Nikon says means made another model Z6 Mark II and Z7 Mark II. I think that model has a good autofocus capacity.
And see, if the new aspirants coming in, there are some who have come in taking it as a profession, as a career.
Yeah.
How do you see how do you see bird photography as a career in the long run?
Most of the photographer are says that you can earn in wildlife photography by selling your gears.
Selling your gears.
Selling your gear.
Okay, not the
So I
person.
have means I have heard this type of sentence many times, and otherwise, once you have to first of all you have to establish yourself in the this type of photography. I think if you are staying near the any wildlife sanctuaries, and so that you can go as frequently as possible and make your good portfolio, right? And after that, you start means learning, making learn to others type of how you are taking the photos, and also you be a guide or a mentor in that type of wildlife sanctuary for others that you can make learn. So it is there, but it is very, I think it is very difficult for as a wildlife photographer to earn. It is as for his hobby purpose, it's a very good, but for as a earning part, I think it's a very tough job.
So it's more of passion. It remains as a passion, not as a
Yeah,
profession. Okay. Thanks, Doctor. I think in a very short time, you've covered a lot of points. Thanks a lot for being with us. Wishing you all the very best in your passion and in your profession. We'll be in touch. Thanks a lot.
thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, Abhi.